That's so true. That's so true. All right. Let me just switch scenes here. Make sure I get my notes out. Okay. Start scene, host scene, da 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 da. Hey, what's going on, folks? Let me go ahead and get some of these configurations going. Just hold on one second. I know it's a little bit late. I've been working all day, but I wanted to come out here and say what's up to all my folks and fans out there. Let's take us this super chat, change, authorize, YouTube, blah 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 blah. Travel with Alan, man. There's a lot of little things. I'm still learning, but I'm getting the hang of this kind of stuff. All right, so that's that. And dating Colombian women, blah, blah, blah. That's linked to there. This one right here. You got to do all kinds of stuff. Automatic. Come on. Whatever. I don't know. There he goes. Come on, man. I thought I had it, but then I didn't. So let's try that again. All right, connected, deleting, there it goes right there, boom. All right, so there, now that stuff will appear. All right, so first off and foremost, man, I've been living here. Let me just test the audio first because, last time I've been talking for like an hour. YouTube, let me just check here, boom, just takes a second. Hold on one second. Let me just check here, boom, just takes a second. Hey, this looks good, sounds good. All right, so today we're gonna be talking about dating Colombian women. So a little bit about me, if you don't know already, I need to start looking here, right? Is that I have been living here in Medellin, Colombia for about 5 years now. Actually, let me correct that a little bit. I've been living in Colombia for 5 years. So I started living here. I moved here in Medellin because my buddy Fabio was like, yeah, I did some research. Where's the best place to live? So I came to Medellin. Actually, I came to Envigado, which is like suburbs. They're just right outside Medellin. But then I stayed here for a while and I found out some problems that we're going to be talking about in dating. And, it's just a big myth that how easy it is to date here. It's not that easy as you think to date. Now, I want to reframe something. I need to totally set your mind different. Is that I'm not talking about escorts now. When I'm talking about dating, I'm talking about 100% no money involved, especially when I come from United States, where I get pretty good women just because I talk really well and I hold myself really well and I'm a pretty funny dude. I would get chicks, and so coming to Medellin, I had the mentality that I was gonna have a really badass chick like I seen on the internet and a bunch of beautiful women, and I thought it was gonna be, but it's not the case though. Really, it's not the case, especially if you don't know Spanish. And I didn't know Spanish at the time. So, it was hard for me at first. And so I ended up living in Bogota, but we're going to get there. We're going to talk about that. We're going to we're going to make this a little bit of a longer episode. We're going to be talking about, dating here in Colombia and then watching out for pre-pagos or escorts. And then what I call pre-pagos. We're going to be talking about all that. If you're just looking for love and you just want a regular girlfriend, we're going to be talking about how to find one, where to find one. So grab yourself a cup of coffee. This is going to be a great video. So I have some notes here written down, and we're going to get some good going here. Give me a second. I probably should get some water. Hold on one second. Be right back. I love living here. All right, I'm back. All right, thanks for holding in. Thanks for coming. I'm right on back. This is one of my cool little tips here because they don't believe in ice here. So I just use these plastic containers and keep water in them and throw them in the freezer. So you can drink the water here in Medellin, Colombia. The water is crystal clear, like it's even better than tap water. So there's no really reason to get tap. I mean, to buy like bottled water if here in Medellin. The water is, man, super clean and super good. All right, so dating here in Medellin, Colombia. All right, so remember, I just said you gotta have that reframing of mind. When I'm talking about dating, I'm talking about 100% free. Like I'm not talking about like any kind of money given, other than money that you want to help out with. Like if you want to throw something at her, like go get your nails done or hair, done. That's normal. That's in United States. I mean, we do it all the time, so it's nothing. So I'm not talking about that. That's just like gift money. Like escorts and stuff, they tell you straight up, like they expect 150, 300 mil or more. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Jovan Lee? We're talking about dating here in Colombia, man, and just totally free dating. So yeah, just reframing everybody's mindset. This has nothing to do with money. This has to do with dating Colombian women. They're very, very beautiful. And so we have an opportunity to get with them because they find us somewhat interesting. Number one is that we offer stability. We offer stability because the dollar is so strong. So remember, $1 down here is four on 3.97, whatever it is. It's very close to $4, and then the labor here is very cheap. So in essence, if you make $2,000 a month in the United States, then you really have $8,000 a month to play with down here. Then you couple that with, you don't have to live here in El Poblado. You can live in like Laureles or Belen for like, $400 a month for the rent, including your light and your electricity and bills and everything. So you can, you can get really cheap. You can have a lot of money left over. So what I'm getting at is that women find us very interesting, and they say, you know what, if I was to be able to tie him down, he would offer me stability. And stability to them is where they don't have to worry about, if they can pay the rent or pay the bills, or they don't like. Most of the time, they don't like being an escort. They kind of just do it to put food on the table. They put food on the table and put clothes on their back. And, not speaking for all of them, because some of them do like, tricking. And that's just the way it is. So I'm just speaking in general. So I fell in love here in Colombia with Cindy and Elena, and I almost married her. And then one other girl, Nani. And I with Cindy, I met her online on ColombianCupid.com. I met her online, and so did I met Elena with that one, the same one, Colombian Cupid as well. So Colombian Cupid is really a place to find love, because you can't swipe left and you can't swipe right. I've been told that some of the parts are that's so true. We're going to get there about that independence. He had an independence question about Medellin women. They love their independence, and so they don't want to depend on a man for money. I actually heard of a guy. He told the girl, stop tricking. You don't have to be an escort anymore. You don't have to be a prepago, an escort, whatever. And she's like, no, I like having my own money. So my friend, he makes good money. He was gonna give her an allowance, $2,000 a month, which is like $8,000 to her. But she's like, no, keep that. I'll just make my money the way I have, and that was just being, an escort. So it really blew my mind. But yeah, you're right. These girls love their independence. But you only find that really here in Medellin. We gotta take all this back, all that money that Pablo Escobar brought down here to Colombia has stayed here in their mindset, and they kind of like ideology. The money is like an ideology, or as like a god here. Money is everything to them. And so that Pablo Escobar way of life has stayed here in their mindset. You'll see. I mean, but man, you see some of the most beautiful women that I've ever seen in my life. Just amazing, and they're just walking around like normal. So, but getting back to the secrets of dating Colombian women, there's the secrets of dating them. Number one, the number one thing that I found out is that dating Colombian women, they need a lot of attention. A lot of attention. In fact, they'll put it on their profile. If you take a minute to read it, it'll say detallista and cariñoso. That the guy is very attentive and very caring. And so you really have to be on top of your game. You almost need to have like a campaign. So here we have a campaign set for the guys that we represent to get, wives or girlfriends, that we send good morning messages to their girls that they have gained interest of. So like if a girl likes him, immediately we put him in a campaign called the Good Morning campaign, the first 30 days. So every single morning for 30 days, they'll get a sweet message that says like good morning in Spanish. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. And I was just thinking about you, and I'm headed to work, but I just wanted to tell you that before I left. And so the reason why you have to send that good morning message is because not only is it sweet and it's beautiful and you make them feel good, it's the fact that they're getting so many messages. I mean, so many guys are messaging them that you have to be put to the top, So you'll get lost. And if you ever see a girl's phone that's really beautiful, take a look at their Tinder, or their WhatsApp. They'll have hundreds, if not thousands, of messages that are unread because they can never catch up, and they feel bad deleting them all, and they can't most of the time because but they'll have a ton of messages. So that good morning message is not only to be sweet, but it's also a reminder of who you are, that you're not to be forgotten, and that you're going to come back on top. It's as if, how Facebook has to boost your post so you come out on top on the feed? That's exactly what the good morning message is. So you have to be that attentive guy. It just takes a lot of work. That's why you really have to hire an assistant to do this, or you can hire us to do it for you. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. I need to start going to my commercials. Hold on 1 second.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. ColombiaTips.com, your sexy companion awaits.
All right, now we're back. Okay, so that's the thing. Now, so I need you to write that down. You really, really need to write that down, is that you need to say good morning to the girls that you have interest of. And you almost have to you're going to have to play the numbers game. You're going to have to get a lot of women under your belt, and you're going to have to start putting them in that campaign where you say good morning every single day. Just take my word for it. This is going to change your whole dating scene here in Colombia dramatically. And I mean dramatically. And, the reason why we say, I was just thinking about you, I'm headed to work, but I just wanted to say hi, is because they're going to want to continue that conversation, and they'll start conversating longer and longer and longer. Now, if you're like me and I have to go to work, I have 2 or 3 jobs, then I can't sit and conversate with them, but I just wanted to tell them that I was thinking about them. So I can set up, I'm setting up like, how can I say this? Okay, so I'm not going to ask them to go out, okay? But because I keep on telling them good morning and beautiful messages, I'm romanticizing them, they're going to ask me out. And I promise you, this will work. Okay, Jovan Lee, if you just want a specific girl, it's not impossible. It's just the fact that here in Medellin, they have a lot of options, and you're gonna have a lot of options. And if it's gonna take, it's better that you work the numbers game so you don't be left at home just twiddling your thumbs on a Friday or a Saturday night or a Thursday night. You don't want to be home, and they will cancel on you. That's on our next video. These girls will cancel on you so hard that you'll just be stuck at home dressed. They'll be like, I'm in the taxi, I'm ready to go. Or no, they won't say I'm in taxi. They'll say like, I've just got dressed, I'm almost ready, I'll be there in 30 minutes. And I promise to God, they will leave you there canceled, holding your dick in your hand. And I'm just telling you real, brother. I'm telling you. So you always want to play the numbers game. And then you want to have that power to cancel on them. It's very, very rare that you'll set up, like I usually set up about 2 or 3 dates a night for Friday or Saturday or Thursday when I want to go out. And then it's very rare that all 3 of them come. I only had it happen in 3 years. No, it was 5 years. I've only had them all 3 show up one time. God, I was shocked too. It was crazy that day. And so I end up just taking one out early, and then I did cancel on one. I took the other one out late, and I decided on which one because I wanted to see which one was gonna, go home with me that night. So that's the way I, did that. But that's a whole nother story. That's not here or there. Today we're talking about the secrets of dating. And so we just talked about the first thing that you need to do is when dating them, you have to be very attentive. And you'll see it on their profile. I promise to God, it's going to say Detallista, and it's going to say Carinoso. Now, caring means that you're going to be taking care of them, and you're very caring. That's what they're trying to get at, okay? It's not about money all the time, not all the time, but they are going to want you to be, care for them somewhat. And by caring, I want you to be able to touch them a lot. You can't be a little pussy hanging on, they like a little bit more testosterone and aggressive. And so don't be afraid to touch on them. I mean, a lot, not on their titties or something like that, but I'm talking about on their hair. Take your hand, slide it. But I always do this. It works like a charm. You can do it in the United States and you can do it here. You could take your hand, reach. Oh, put your hand deep into her skull, right here on the back, and just grab it kind of firmly, and then pull it a little bit, and just say, "Oh, I thought you had extensions. What? Your hair is so beautiful." Here in Medellin, they don't have a lot of extensions. You got to be careful in the United States because they do have extensions. But just say, "Oh, wow, your hair looks so beautiful," and just touch on it. That does something for them. Now, even when you're on the date, you want to go to a restaurant that is a little bit darker and the music is playing just right. Not too loud and not too low. The reason why is when you're talking, I want you to get very close to her. I want you to get so close that sometimes you have to whisper in her ear. And when you whisper in her ear, these are all like sexual innuendos. And it gives you an opportunity to get close. And I want you to touch a little bit on her leg. Not like up to her cooch or anything, but I want you to continue to keep touching on her. And then, you can know, 99.9% of the time you are escalating the sexual energies. That's what's happening with you, if that makes any sense. And, here in Colombia, they never pull back. Even if you were like butt ugly or something, they'll just be like, they'll go with it. Be like, man, this guy's aggressive. And have you ever seen a guy that's really, has a really beautiful woman that you're like, wow, how the hell did he pull that off? And that's because there's sexual energy there. You're releasing that sexual energy and you're being the alpha male. Now, Frederick offers a class about releasing your alpha male inside you. And there's a lot of psychology behind it. Some people, a couple of books we read, it's called the VTB, voice, tone, and body language. So it's like so let's repeat that one more time. The voice, the tone, and the body language. These are the 3 things that women look at. And I guess I'll throw this one out there because we said look at, is your teeth. Your teeth are very, very important. I cannot escalate you enough. I cannot tell you enough that your teeth are very important. While you're in Colombia, you need to see a dentist, get your Invisalign before you get down here. If you don't have straight teeth, it's fine. Kind of. It's better if we have straight teeth. Keep them clean, keep them white. This is the fact. It's not a myth or anything or my opinion. The first thing that women look at is your smile. And it does say a lot. It says that in business too, because we know like, oh, this guy has nice teeth. Then most likely this guy has money to take care of himself. There's a lot of psychology behind that as well. But let's get back to Dating Colombia, voice, tone, and body language. So we're trying to escalate this sexual energy, and body language does that. So they'll look at your shoulders a lot. They'll look at your shoulders, making sure that you move right, and that you have a presence of your chest out. It doesn't matter that I'm 5'7". It's the matter that what's your presence? What is his presence inside that room? You ever seen a little guy come in and it's like, damn, something about that dude. He's a boss, he knows what's up, and I guess that's, the reason why I never get messed with on the streets. Cause I always walk with my head up. Not only does it help me look around, but it pops my chest out, little chest that I have. But it lets there's something about that dude. I better not mess with him. I don't know, something about him, And then your tone. So when you're talking to your woman, it's very important that you have the deepest voice that you have possible. You gotta, think about this. If I was to talk very squeaky, hey girl, how you doing? And it's funny. Some women, they'll immediately repulse you. If you have a very weak voice, there's no bass in your voice, then you need to do some, what's that called? A linguistics training or whatever the fuck it's called. Basically, they're going to help you with your deep voice. And a lot of it is, I think, because a lot of people will hold their breath through their nose and they don't even know they're doing it. Like, hello, how you doing? Yeah, you doing all right? No, you gotta talk with that deep voice. This is how you attract women. It's not something that I can't explain. It's just a fact that the voice will definitely you can get deep into the mindset of a woman, and that's why all those sexy guys are sexy. Songs are like with guys with deep voices. They're attracted to it. So we're going to go on to the next step. Hold on one second. Go to the next video.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife. You can feel safe knowing every girl has been verified with passport, state identification, and home address. Colombia Tips.
All right, I'm back. So voice, tone, and body language. So it's not necessarily what you're saying with your voice. It's the way you're saying it. Okay? So that's what I'm talking about. And with body language, we communicate more with our body than what we do with our mouths or what's coming out of our mouths. Okay? What's really important is how we're moving. What are we saying with our body language? Like this is a power pose right here. So if you ever did any type of I don't know, what's that, like business communication in college, then they let you know that this is a power pose. Or what do you think, what communicates this? No, what communicates this? What do you think that is? That means, so just because you're not communicating, you got to get that out of your brain, okay? This is not your intentions. If you're doing this, you may be just cold. Okay, you might be just cold. But the way the other party interprets that, your body language, is that you're hiding something. You have something secret. I'm like, what's going on with that guy? That you're hiding. If you're touching your face a lot, this means you're lying. If you're touching your face a lot, like, I don't know, and she was over there. and that's just a fact. And there's some more fancier stuff that FBI people do with the pupil of their eye. It gets smaller, when people start lying, but that's just going way too fancy. But what I'm talking to you about tonight is seduction, especially, and it works here in Colombia, is that we do communicate with our body, and it's about 95% more than what we do with our mouth, so this is something that you're going to have to work on. And so one thing that I want to give you a tip on is that you're a man. You are the alpha male. I don't want you taking up a little space like this. I can't see my camera, but I don't want you to be like this. You're a man, so you have to stretch out, bro. Put your legs open. Fuck it. Put them out. The more space you take up, be like, oh no. Why? Because it's like possession. It's like, damn, this guy think he owns the whole damn room. Doesn't matter. Spread out a little bit, hold up, So yeah, it sounds a little bit rude, but we're talking about the mentality or the mindset of the Colombian woman. Now they love dominant. They want to be dominated. They want you to have that testosterone. They want you to lead them. So I'm gonna give you one more tip before I forget. This is just like a bonus. It's a part of the course. This is gonna really help you. Damn, I got some shit in there. Y'all boys didn't even tell me. This is a good tip. So write this down, all right? Anytime you take out a female, or anytime, fuck it. Even if you have an old girlfriend, anytime you go have a girlfriend, anytime you go on a date, write this shit down. The smallest thing, like as for an example, you guys are going to the movies, okay? Are you going out to eat? There's a table right here. So, let's sit right here. No. I want you to say, no, let's sit right here. What? Alan, that sounds crazy. No. It's because you're showing them that you're the boss. Just the little things like that. You're just staying in control. We're using psychology. We're going to use psychology for your advantage in dating. Now, if they haven't been to college, or they haven't took any communications or, classes like this before, this is where you're going to shine, because they don't know what the hell is happening with their mindset. And they won't know why they're so attracted to you. They won't know why. Have you ever, how can I say this? Have you ever met a woman, heard of a woman that said, man, I love that man so much and I don't know why. I love that man so much and I don't know why. Think about it. Have you ever heard of those words? Have you ever heard of those words before? Think. I know you've heard it before. That's because that man has messed that woman up, the mentality. He knows the secrets. And now we're not trying to abuse those, but we're trying to seduce. We're using all these tips and tactics that we're learning. You're here, and you're taking our courses on dating. This stuff is like, you're going to be that guy. You're going to be that guy that women say, I love that guy and I don't know why. I can get better, but there's something about, let me blow your mind a little bit real quick. Hold on one second. We got to go to the next commercial.
ColombiaTips.com presents the two-story penthouse in El Poblado, Medellin, Colombia. 10 minutes from Parquietas, you're far enough to be in a nice, quiet zone, but close enough to get to the action-packed city of Medellin. This open floor plan presents 2 double balconies, 4 to 5 bedrooms with 6 bathrooms, big, high ceilings, and it comes fully furnished. It was designed by a famous designer named Zakov. Look at this beautiful 900 square feet double balcony. Comes with the power jetted jacuzzi with over 30 power cylinders to relax those aching muscles, and you are king of the castle, overlooking entire.
All right, and we're back. So that's that condo I just got to sell here in El Poblado. $300,000. It's amazing what you can get here in Colombia. $300,000 get you a penthouse, a real penthouse, 2-story penthouse with a jacuzzi and a 900 square foot balcony, private balcony. Amazing. It blows my mind, dude. Just the advantages you have here. Because keep in mind, $300,000 is 1.2 million pesos, 4 times the amount. So anyways, like I said in this tips about dating Colombian women's secrets, I'm going to give you one more tip that's going to blow your mind right now. This tip will work just worldwide, really. Yeah. What does it say? It is weird that I like the real estate commercials better than the girl one. Nah, but it's pretty cool, man. Anyways, look, check this out. So, did you know that pigeons, if you take a pigeon, you're like, why are you talking about pigeons? Like a real bird, a real pigeon. You take a pigeon and you get a newborn. He's just like a few days old, okay? And you go like this over him with cast a shadow over the pigeon, okay? Like this. Throw a pigeon. You have a pigeon right here and 5-day-old pigeon. And you just go like this above him. You make a shadow, okay? That pigeon, 5 days old, will run for cover. Why? Why would that pigeon, he doesn't know, he's 5 days old. Why is that pigeon run when he sees this, that shadow over him? Why? It's because that's an eagle deep in his DNA. It's embedded in the DNA of a pigeon that to run for cover, that eagle is here to eat them, The eagles like newborn pigeons. I guess it's tender meat or something. I don't know. But anyways, so this is the same thing that's inside women and men. We all have these little things that are embedded in our DNA that something can trigger it, such as the deep voice. The deep voice. If you have a very squeaky voice, you need to talk to a trainer. You're gonna have to do some breath work. Most of the time, about 90% of the time, people are breathing with they're holding their nose like this, like underwater. Hello, how you doing? Yeah, you look good, girl. Yeah, you looking real good. And girls will oppose that. It's just a fact. Hell, I'm not God. I'm just trying to give you the real deal so you don't have to read all these books. The second thing is body language. We talked about that already. You need to spread out. Yeah, your instincts. You got to spread out as much as possible. You're the king of the castle. It doesn't matter if you're 5'2", 110 pounds. You're going to have to be that. You're going to have to throw presence in her mindset that you are alpha male. You're not trying to start a fight or anything with some guys. That's just being dumb. What I'm talking about in her mindset that my man is king of the motherfucking castle. So these are some tips that you can use here in Medellin that are in Colombia that really, really work because they're very old fashioned. They like that man to be in charge. And then I gave you that other tip too. Remember that other tip is that for anything, doesn't matter what it is, could be the smallest thing. Whenever she says, I want to do this, I want you to say, nope, we're doing that. Doesn't have to be all the time because I don't want you to be in arguments all the time. But I want you to do it every now and then, about once a day. Like, let's sit here. No, let's sit right over here. Or, no, let's go to Starbucks. No, let's go to Joe's or Dunkin's. Or, or I want blue. Fuck it. No. We're getting red. And then because you're messing with their mindset. You're messing with the psychology. You're subconsciously you're feeding it. It's like you're a commercial. Yeah, it's like those Coca-Cola and Pepsi commercials. You don't know why, but you keep on thinking Coca-Cola whenever you think, soda. You know, it's because you've been hit so many times with so many commercials. It's I can't say it right. Subliminal advertising into her mindset. And the ad that you're going to be sending her mindset is that you are the alpha male, that you are the main guy that she needs to be with. You see? All right. So, and then we talked about a tip of where you need to take her. Okay, so dating here in Colombia, you're going to have to be more aggressive. You cannot be pussyfooting around. You know, if she's out with you, get it through your skull. She likes you. You know, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. If you got her to this point to go out, she could be out. If she's good looking, trust, she has a lot of options. So, if you got her out, you don't want to be pussyfooting around. It doesn't mean to grabbing cooch or grabbing tits or talking about sex. That's just dumb. But I want you to be hitting them up with subliminal advertising. And the way you're going to do that is by touching and rubbing. Hand behind the neck, that's one tip. Grab the hair a little bit, give it a little tug. She go, oh, what you doing? She can be like, oh, shit, your hair is so beautiful. And you could just say like that, oh, God, your hair is so beautiful. I thought that was extensions. You know, that's number one. Number two, you're going to go to a place that's a little bit loud, not too loud, but it needs to be where you have to get close to talk. You know, I want you to get close so that you could start rubbing on her leg, give it a nice rub, a nice little rub when you're talking. Give her a little arm, rub her shoulder or something, because you're going to get that sexual energy up. Why is this important? Because it immediately wipes the friend zone out. They'd be like, oh, this motherfucker trying to do something. He is not fucking around. He's trying to smash. Because I don't want you to even get mixed up in the friend zone here. If you do, you did something terrible wrong. That means you gave off gay signals. Like, oh, he don't want to. Nah. When you come in here, you're gonna man up. Hey, let's go out, boo. You're gonna be rubbing. You're gonna be trying to touch. You're gonna be holding the door for her. You're gonna be manning up. No, we're not going there. We're gonna go over there. Stuff like that. Don't be asking like, oh, what do you want? Well, you in this and that. Oh, you want to go here? Oh, I do whatever. No, that's being pussyfooting around. No, you don't even have to ask. We're going here and we're going there. I hope you like it. We're going there. These are because you're all messing with their mindset, bro. They like that. You got to understand that they like you having that man that's like, damn, this dude is not fucking around. He knows what he wants. This man knows what he wants, and I think he wants me. And you know what? There's something about this man that I like him, So these are more secrets that I'm giving you. I'm trying to think of any other secrets. Hold on. Let me see. I wrote some stuff down for you guys. Oh, you know what? I got to start doing these commercials. Hold on.
ColombiaTips.com offers mansion rental with some of the sexiest tour guides in the city. We have yachts and private helicopters at your service. And of course, you can be guided through the city in your private limo. Enjoy the luxuries of Colombia with ColombiaTips.com. ColombiaTips.com offers mansion rental with some of the sexiest tour.
ColombiaTips.com is the only site where you can chat and meet in person some of the sexiest women in Colombia. These sexy ladies can safely guide you through the city and Colombia's nightlife.
All right, now we're back. Okay, so there's a lot of hustles down here, and I think I'm going to talk about that in the next video. There's a lot of hustles down here that women do, especially when dating. They'll take advantage of you, okay? And that's just sad, but that's just the way it is, and it happens a lot, and that's why I say you have to play the numbers game. And by guys or someone that out there that if they don't understand numbers game, that means that I need you to be at least talking to 10 different girls, at least 10. Gives us a 10% chance for a good date on when it's time to go out. Now I'm mostly speaking to guys that are normal. Like if you're over 6 foot and you got blue eyes or green eyes or hazel eyes, and that's really like a unicorn down here, you're gonna have more pussy than you can ever think of. But if you're normal and you don't have a lot of money and you're not rich, then you can't be paying for girls, then this is the kind of tips that you're gonna need. This tips will also work if you're fairly good looking, but you still want something that's above your level. I think that's what it comes down to. But still, if you're tall and you got colored eyes down here, then you're just like a unicorn because They all look like me, about 5'6", 5'7", normal guys. That's why a lot of people think that I'm Colombian. I just don't talk that much. All right, so there's a lot of hustles down here, and you have to be careful. We're gonna be talking about that in the next video, but I'm gonna close this video out with a couple of things. We already did a summary, and we're talking about voice tone and body language, and that you need to sit close, and you need to man up, and you need to be the alpha male, and that means that you taking the choices, not her. So when she says, I want to go here, I want to do this, or I want to go there, not all the time. I don't mean you to be argumentative, but at least once a day, I need you to say, nope, we're going here. And that's just it. And all the other ones, just okay? I don't want you to be argumentative. I don't want that. Don't let me communicate that. What I'm trying to get at is that, I still want you to put that, still want you to put that testosterone out there. Hold up, girl. I'm letting you know that I still run the show. But, you could take the wheel sometimes, boo. You could take it, but if I ever want to drive this motherfucker, I will. You will be in the back seat. You know what I mean? You got to be like that, especially in here in Colombia, because that manly man really. Then we talked about the first tip, the people that didn't get it, is that they cause Colombian women have a lot of options. So you have to send these good morning messages out. They kind of like... basically, you have to be very attentive. And I think that's what I call it, attentive. You have to be very attentive. So every morning you have to send good morning messages to the girls that you like. We have a campaign that does it automatically. And so for all our clients that are looking for girlfriends, they're looking for real girlfriends. Remember, this is about finding a girlfriend or a wife without money, no money involved. Besides little gifts. I'm not talking about nails, and that's normal United States stuff. Little normal, buying them little stuff like that. I'm talking about money for sex. That's not what this is about. This is about I'm trying to find love, And bro, like, I don't have a lot of money, so if I make some money, like I sold a house the other day, like I bought my girlfriend or bought my little lady friend, her son, a cake. It was like $70, and took her out to the movies and gave her a little $50, get her nails done, stuff like that. You want to take care of them because they got options, man. I promise you, there's guys hitting them up every single day to jump ship. And they, if they really like you and they love you, they're not going to. They're really dedicated. And you know what? Now that I brought that up just a tad, I know I'm going on and on and on, but I need you guys to be more romantic, and that's one thing you will never understand. Our foreigners, they fail to understand is that you have to be very romantic down here. So you may need to, you got to really maybe think about taking our course, but if you don't, at least send them flowers once or twice a month. Now, what's great about flowers here, because they're not very expensive like United States. Flowers you get down here for like $7. Hold on. But those flowers are super important. In fact, on our campaign, Looking for Marriage, when someone hires us to do the matchmaking, one of the things we do is set them on a campaign to receive 2 dozen roses. Roses 2 times a month, a dozen of them, in an arrangement with a beautiful card, because it's something that's so romantic and that's overlooked, but it's not overlooked by the Colombian man. Let that sink in a little bit so you can understand what I'm talking about. Let me make sure that. Hold on one second. Damn, this thing's still going. All right. So this is what the Colombian man knows. He knows his secrets. He will have a Colombian man on a motorcycle with no money, living at mama's house on the couch, will have 5 or 6 girlfriends. And I'm not even exaggerating, but he has some things over us. What does he have? Communication. He knows how to communicate. And like my mom always said, communication rules the nation, and it does. So you do need to learn Spanish. And remember, Frederick also offers that course. He does that little crash course about dating communication. So he doesn't teach you how different phrases and all types of bullshit. And you're not going to be learning how to write a book. What you're going to learn is the top 100 phrases to say in order to communicate with a female. And that's about it, you know. It's a road to 100. You know, that's basically what you'll have. By the time the end of that course, you'll have 100 things to say to a girl on a date or over the phone or whatever, courting her. So, but the thing is that the Colombian man is super romantic. So one more thing I'll throw out there is roses and candies. They're very cheap here. Please start sending them out. It will blow you. It will blow the competition out of the water. So the other guys that are after that girl that you sent the flowers to, it will blow them away. You're like sitting at the top because she hasn't felt her heart come alive. And a lot of women, especially, they have their tender heart. I don't care if they're escorts either. You know, bless their little hearts. They really have tender hearts. These women, once you get in that heart, baby, they're fucking tender. They're just like will break down, and they're just once you find a good woman, a Colombian woman, you're gonna really appreciate them. The only problem is that there's you can get tempted to other Colombian women, and you're gonna have to make some decisions in your life. You know, are you just playing around? Or you want to be serious? You know, and I played around a lot. I have had a lot of girlfriends, and in fact, I still have girlfriends. You know, my girlfriend here, she's barely almost 20. You know, she's a little bitty thing. So, what's the site? It's my buddy Fedric's. Fedric has that. We'll put a little link on there because I keep forgetting. It's just Road to 100, he calls it. I'll put it up there for you. And what else? But yeah, being romantic goes a long way here in Colombia. So we talked about a lot of things. Oh my God, we talked for about 40 minutes on dating. So I hope you liked it. If you did, hit that thumbs up, share it, download it, save it. Because a lot of these tips can be used in all parts of the world. The only thing that I say that's a little bit different here is that you're going to have to be a little bit more macho. They love it. They love that shit. I don't care. They don't care. They do not like pussyfooting around. So, and then that other thing that they like is a nice deep voice. So if there's two things that you're going to have to really work on, and you cannot be Mr. Nice Guy. She cannot have everything she wants. She cannot, well, baby, where you want to go out to eat? I don't care. It's up to you. Nope. There's going to have to be some times where you're going to have to drive that wheel, you know? And so it's some things you're going to have to work on. No one's perfect, including myself, shit. And then, you know, in the next video, we're talking about where to meet these girls at. Where's the best place? How to approach them? How do you infiltrate the group? And he has another bonus course in there. I forgot what he's called. But some little, funny little things you could say to get them going. So we have a few things. We got a few courses here available for you relatively cheap. Less than $100, and it helps support the channel. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. I'm super tired. I got 2 jobs. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Hit the thumbs up if you can, and I'll see you on the next video, brother.